Of course, it has always been movie directors that do not do their own original ideas, but these days, in this movie year, it has been worse than ever. You see so many prequels, sequels, adaptions, remakes, reboots, and spin offs. A new Joker movie, a Mad Max spin off, the Dune sequel, the prequel to A Quiet Place. Basically, there's so few original ideas where a movie has not been created on the same stories before. Perhaps Megapolis could be that one interesting idea, but of course we do not know that till it comes out. Anyways, Francis Ford Coppola, the man that gave us The Godfather, seems to be the only director with an original idea this year, because movie directors really do not take chances anymore and just base their ideas on most of what is already made. Sure, there was someone who made the first King Kong movie, there was someone who made the first Jurassic Park movie way back in the day. But nowadays, movie directors, and also the studios, of course, are to blame, because it is hard to get funding for unique projects such as Megapolis, for example. That's why they just do another King Kong movie, another Jurassic Park movie, another Ghostbuster movie, and it does not really matter how bad these movies might perform by the box office numbers, because now you also have got streaming, where for instance a movie such as The Gray Man even could succeed massively. Part of the problem is of course that the studios and directors think we just want the same old stories from the milking wheel, and are afraid to put on a new idea. Just for instance, look at how few great sci-fi movies there have been in later years, because it is hard to sell in, and directors do not have the balls to take the fall. Like for instance Zack Snyder did with Rebel Moon, that of course was a complete mess of a movie, but it is not that it couldn't have worked if it had a better cast, were better written, and led you faster into the movie. It may also be a case after directors such as Villeneuve saw that Zack failed so miserably with his original project that they are too afraid to receive that backlash and just want to stay into the comfort zone. Because how much easier is it not to make a movie such as Dune? What a movie is based on a best-selling sci-fi novel of all time. Of course, people may say it is a new adaptation of the book and everything, but it has already been made a movie on this before. And Villeneuve basically receives a lot more credit for making unoriginal stories that is more original ideas with irrelevant prisoners. Then it seems like the easy play pays off, because movie directors such as Christopher Nolan knows that he can't get Oscars with Inception and Tenet, which are his more creative ideas, but they could never be Oscar material, although he of course could have had an Oscar sooner with one of the Dark Knight movies. But once again, you can't get Oscars for superhero movies, but you can receive them from historical dramas. Even though Oppenheimer is not too much of an original idea, it is still a very good movie with tension, but that just also shows when a movie directors really fire up their ideas and tries very hard to surprise the audience. It is not easy to succeed, and in some ways I can understand it is easier to make a movie with such as Oppenheimer and make it and get an Oscar. The same also goes for Martin Scorsese. His recent movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, there's really not too much of a chance there either. Maybe you have not heard too much about the Osage, maybe the story have not been seen on the big screen, and then it can pass as more of a shot to make an original idea. But at the same time, it gets its credits guys together, De Niro and DiCaprio in a movie, we just feel it has Oscar potential, and I'm not surprised it was nominated, although I did not like the movie too much. He was also one of those guys that didn't take too many chances to perform, as he more than most has decided to make gangster movies throughout his life, such as Goodfellas and Mean Street. Another part of the problem is that you see many directors that just stick to one section, like they just make Marvel movies, just make action movies, and just make comedy movies. There's very little crossover, suggesting that many directors may not be ambitious enough. Just take a look at Stahelski, for example, a man that has made a John Wick movies, and now has a show in the works based on Gangs of New York movie, which more than most will do well. Same goes for Guy Ritchie, which of course it gotta be said that his latest movie, The Ministry of a Gentleman Warfare, was very good. But when he last year first took the chance on his idea, Operation Fortune, he failed massively. That's why he also went over to the comfort zone to make a more edible war movie, and also a show, The Gentleman, based on a movie he did in 2019, which then again might suggest that when movie directors take chances, they get punished. And that's perhaps one of the reasons why they don't dare to do it. Up until now, I have examined why movie directors don't take chances anymore, and if you have any comment at all on this whole situation, please drop a comment below.